Everybody,
you got to be careful about getting canceled. Is the only thing.
Yeah,
dude.
Are you worried about that at all?
You got us canceled once, man.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, we're here. We're here. Episode 13 of the Realest Podcast. I'm super duper excited. It's a sunny day here out in Spokane. We've kind of got rid of the smoke. Surprisingly, it's really been nice just to get rid of the smoke. There's the banner. Episode 13 of the Realest Podcast. We got another guest today, which I'm super duper excited about. Again, just a lovely day, good vibes all around. Ironically enough, I'm recording this after episode 14, so you guys are going to see like this episode, which is recorded after the next episode, so it's kind of like a intertwining thing. I don't even know how to describe it. I just recorded episode 14 before episode 13. You know when people say like, I'm staying ahead of the game, that's, I guess, what I'm doing. I really don't know, but we're here, episode 13 of the Realest Podcast. The banner is right there. We got another guest today. One of probably, this episode. Let me tell you, I just know that this episode is going to have the magnitude of everything that like magnitude could hold. Like amazing stories, fights, girls, like anything. The girls part, that's not on my end, but you'll find out in today's episode. Our guest today has a YouTube channel with over 5,000 subscribers. He took a homeless man cliff jumping. He is banned from the Coeur Resort. He's a collegiate college hockey player, shattering his nose because he lives by the words of full send. Welcome on, Shane Smith. Nationers, that is the magnitude. It is in the intro right there. In the intro. Welcome, everybody, to the Realest Podcast. Welcome on, Shane.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on. Little do you guys know, some of you guys may know, I was actually on Shane's podcast about a year, like 13 months ago. So like last June, I was on your podcast. Oh my God, it's September. So I was like,
dude,
a while ago.
Minute, man.
Oh
it's been too long.
It's been a while.
Quick.
It has been a while. But how you been?
Good, man. Trying to stay busy, have fun.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of things.
You've seemed to have some fun in the recent weeks. You just shattered your nose like not too long ago.
Yeah.
Do you want to describe that?
Well, we were supposed to do the podcast the other day, and I woke up in the morning and my whole face was swollen. My nose was all messed up. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was like, I can't do it today. But no, I wish I had a good story for it, man. I've been in fights and whatnot, but this time I got in the fight with the bottom of a pool. I dove down and just.
It's the shallow end.
Well, it was the deep end, but I jumped too far into like the incline to the shallow end. So not really the best story for that one.
It's still a good story nonetheless. Like you the pool won, Shane 0. That. Is there any more pool stories that like where the pool can, or did you rally the pool at all? Yeah.
Oh man. No, I mean, I've been doing a lot of cliff jumping this summer though.
Yeah.
Luckily, none of them have gone bad.
Luckily.
Yeah, we traveled around all over the kind of western half of the country and jumped a lot of cliffs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's the first time I lost.
Ironically enough, like a pool is a controlled area. You know, cliff jumping, you can fall like at any time and like seriously hurt yourself, especially from a high distance. Like I always slap the back of my thighs because I always like tuck just a bit. So like it always just, I'm like, ow. Like it's not bad, but it does sting. And so surprisingly enough, the pool in a controlled environment won compared to cliff jumping. And I wanted to talk about this because I've been able to witness, not personally, but through the lens of your Instagram, which you guys should follow. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you guys should go follow Shane because he's traveled to Dubai this summer, last
year.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. And it's just been super duper cool to see you travel to, California and Lake Tahoe, go on like these adventures and obviously to watch that through the lens of your YouTube channel, which is kind of fallen a bit stagnant. And I wanted to talk about that because it kind of the main reason why I even started a podcast was you guys, and even kind of doing a bit more of the videos that I'm doing now where it's like an idea and we watch it unfold is really because of you guys, you know,
Thanks,
like
man.
you and Dayton, because it's like there's an idea, let's see it unfold. And like your biggest video that did bits on TikTok of taking Lloyd.
Yep.
Lloyd, what a guy. What a
Absolute
guy.
legend, man. I still look for him every single day.
Like when you're downtown?
Yeah, and I ask around, like if I'm around a homeless person, I'll ask him like, yo, they call him Fish. That's like his street name.
Yes.
And they always update me on him. Like they told me he broke up with his girlfriend, which is good, I guess. They were like, which is awesome.
Okay.
And yeah, I think he's staying at a homeless shelter, like getting sober and stuff.
Good.
So it's hard to find him, which is unfortunate, but I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you could just like look him up
or text him or something.
Text him like, hey, Lloyd, how you been?
It's tough, man.
Yeah, because that was like quite shockingly enough, just like seeing a video taking a homeless man cliff jumping.
Yeah.
Like that is bonkers to like think about. You know, like mind you, I'm in the area, so like it doesn't seem as extreme because it's Coeur d'Alene, but it's like super cool as an idea to just find a homeless man who's willing to go. And surprisingly enough, told me the story of how you found Lloyd.
Yeah, so we kind of Dayton. So yeah, Dayton is the other half of Roommate TV.
Yeah,
and he had this idea. He put a lot of work into studying kind of the algorithm and stuff, and he really wanted to tell a story with our videos, have a storyline, a narrative. And so yeah, I don't know how we came up with the idea, but we had the idea. And we just kind of, on a whim, woke up one morning and we were like, let's do it today.
Yeah.
And so, we got some McDonald's as kind of a bribe.
Yeah.
And we parked downtown and just went walking around until we found somebody good for it.
Yeah.
And,
go ahead. I remember this in either just talking to you guys or we talked about it or you had talked about it in your podcast or just future videos that you had posted after the fact, because there was a guy that you had talked to. And I don't remember if he was like up for it and then backed out.
Yeah.
That wasn't on camera because it didn't really fit, you know?
Yeah. No, I forget the guy's name. So they were together and we were like, does anybody want to go cliff jumping? Yeah. Both of them were super stoked and wanted to. Yeah. So they did rock, paper, scissors. Yes. Lloyd won. Dude. Or actually, no. The other guy won.
Okay, that's what I thought.
His girlfriend or whatever didn't want him to go. And so then he was like, well, I can't go. So that's how it ended up being Lloyd.
Wow, so Lloyd just went from zero to hero.
Real quick.
He
was real sad. And
wow.
And it worked out great.
Yeah, because Lloyd's like a character. Like he's a funny dude, you know, and whatever. He's like 50, right?
I don't even know, to be honest. 40,
well, was
50,
he okay?
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of tell, but it's really hard to tell.
I feel like they age a little different when they're homeless.
Yeah,
too.
and I feel like the track of time for them, like you know, it's just like okay, it's cold. Like here's it's like in prison. Yeah, you know, like you're scratching off days, but you have no idea kind of the sense of
they're like
what time of year it
is like the weather.
Yeah, you know? like quite frankly, like smoke typically rolls in July, August.
Right.
Winter, the cold. You understand those patterns. It's insane, you know, like and even with that, like one of my inspiration, like with how you guys structured, well, just the idea in general of just like helping the homeless, like that's something that I've always kind of wanted to do something with, in a positive way, not just be like like I want to make a change in the world. And so I studied in my English 102 class. We had to do a research paper about like a certain topic. You know, people do like, oh, why vegetarian or veganism is like better, or just different topics of like, you know, architecture maybe, you know, and I did mine on homelessness. And so like I got to learn a little bit about like projects over in Seattle, different things kind of semi-national wise, but it's really hard to sustain that because every place is so different. You know, Montana probably doesn't have as much as LA does. You know? So it's very much different. Yeah. And so like in Spokane, it's very individualized. You know, oh God, I'm not for certain because the website article that I had read, like that was like pretty formal, also wasn't like for certain, you know, because it's really hard to count. You know, you can't just like count people. So I think they went through like a service where they basically said like the UGM stuff like that, where they it's a service, and we have like, okay, well, we have 1,300 homeless people that come through pretty regularly,
right?
You know, like a record, because it's like, imagine there's probably more, but they had said, I think like 2017, 2018, I think there was like 5,000, but it just kind of seems
so it's
higher.
on the up.
Well, it's on the down. So like,
okay.
like it's gotten better over time.
Okay.
But it's like the 5,000, like when I see it, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. Whereas like 1,300 kind of makes sense.
1,300. I was thinking 13,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1,300 kind of seems a little bit more realistic in my eyes. But like, I have no ideas. So regardless of that, one of my summer bucket lists was to feed the entire homeless population of Spokane.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of derived from just your efforts to be like, well, this has happened. Why can't I do it? You know, like, let's make it happen. Let's make a video where we basically just call out, like, well, I would, in essence. When I'm saying we, is just like we as in me.
Yeah. The nation.
Yeah. And just like, you know, just crowdfund, like GoFundMe type stuff, and just be like you did for Lloyd, you know?
Right. That was kind of our idea, because we were like, well, we can, and we did a video where we got some meals together, and we gave it to as many as we could. Yeah. But obviously we're not, you know, rich. We can't. Yeah. And I mean, you can raise the money. But once we met Lloyd, we kind of focused in on him, and so we raised money for him and took him shopping and whatnot. So we really zeroed in on one. Yeah. But to do as many as you can too is awesome.
Yeah, and I even think there's been people that have gone to high school with that do like a kind of a care package during the winter months, because it does get kind of cold, you know, like that's like the most brutal. Hot you can kind of deal with, but cold you can only get warm.
Exactly.
So it makes it tough. But you guys started off with the homeless video, the taking Lloyd cliff jumping.
Right.
Then you kind of made it a episodic series where you I guess one video you crowdfunded stuff for, kind of like buying things for him, hygienic things, shirts, making him look, you know, giving him new clothes, giving him something new and something to appreciate for the time that he has it. And that's been really awesome to kind of see. And is there any plans to do that again?
You know, when we were doing all those videos with him, I think we did. One of them was a 2-parter, so I think we did 4 videos with him. And what our plan was, and I set it up, I was working on it with the skydiving place in Ritzville. We were going to take him skydiving because he always wanted to. Yeah. And then we couldn't find him. And it like summer ended. You can't really do it, you know, in the winter and whatnot. So I don't know about in the future. Maybe if we find him or something, we'll try to do something. But
because it feels like it's a backbone, you know, like it's something that, you know, like Lloyd will always be with you guys. Yeah. You know, like he is the reason why you guys are at the point that you guys are now. You know?
He that video with him blew us up.
The chainsaw.
Yeah. The buzzsaw. Yeah. It was crazy because, I mean, I feel like everybody doing YouTube, social media, they have that moment. Yeah. Like I remember we posted that video. I think we posted it on TikTok. Yep. I went to hockey. When I got on the ice for hockey, it had like, I don't know, 100 views, 200 views. And when I got off, my phone was just blown up. And we were at, I don't know, 500,000 views on TikTok. Yeah. The YouTube video was at like 10,000, and it was just like, what is happening?
Bro, like this is like one of our first videos where it's like, oh,
yeah,
God,
we're blowing up. Yeah. And it was crazy the effects from it too, because even, I mean, from that series of videos and kind of our like miniature blow up, I mean, we're not big or anything, but I would have people noticing me everywhere. Yeah. I'd have people take pictures with me around town and stuff. It's so weird, man.
Well, not even to mention, there was a girl that got a tattoo on her lip of Roommate TV. Like, how crazy is that? like, imagine just like going to bed one night and you're just like, damn, like, you know, my life is, it's just not what it was. But you know what? That girl, she still got that tattoo.
Something stuck.
Something stuck.
It was funny too, because we had multiple people trying to do that. Like,
really?
We had another girl trying to do it on her thigh, and we had this other fan from like somewhere across the country.
Really? Just somebody who watched like the TikTok video? I'm assuming?
I mean, he watched all our videos and stuff. He'd always message us and whatnot. I think his name is like Aiden. And he wanted
Ross?
Yeah, dude. he wanted to get it all the way down his forearm.
Really? Oh
but
my
he was
God,
like
bro.
he was like 15 or 16. We were like, bro, don't do that. Like, you're gonna regret it, man.
Especially since you haven't like posted in like 8 months.
Yeah, he would already be regretting it.
Oh my God. Imagine that. Just a roommate TV.
Dude, I know,
just
man.
chilling on your forearm. You wake up, you know, like, oh, I woke up with a strange tattoo.
That's it.
It's the roommate TV.
Dude, I would have felt so bad. I
Bro.
was like, bro, please do not do it. He was like, no, my mom's gonna like give me money and stuff. I was like, dude, do not.
What, do you tell her you're gonna go out with like your friends bowling or something to the amusement park?
Come back with a full arm,
with a 13-inch tattoo. Like,
it's a tough sell.
Oh my God, dude, that'd be so insane. I don't even know what I would do. If any of my nation, mind you, I have a little younger audience. Mine is not typically our age, but like even then, like I hope,
dude,
this is a parental advisory warning. Do not get a tattoo of me on your calf, anywhere on your body. You may put like Nationer, I don't mind.
Yeah,
like Nationer,
yeah.
let's do it. Like we'll make that happen.
If you could like pass it off as something else. If you wanted.
Yeah. But it's like, do not get a tattoo with me on you, okay? Like,
that's why the lip was better too, because we had heard that they go away a bit.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, we feel a little more comfortable with that.
Which is still really cool though, you know, to even the thought of it.
Totally.
Of like somebody kind of like that exposure, like what is that like, you know, just to kind of have like a video feel like it's like, oh my God, dude, like I've reached every goal that I've set out to accomplish, you know? Like what's that feeling like?
Dude, you know, it's definitely big highs and big lows, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, some of the best times, man, you know, working with Dayton, getting the channel going, and you know, it's a grind. But dude, when we really were blowing up, I just remember going crazy. I was with my brother Christian, and I met up with Dayton, and the next day, you know, the next couple days, it was still just skyrocketing, and you know, it's that we're making it, like we're gonna do this, and then you know we kind of fell off with it, which is a big bummer, but highs and lows.
Yeah, no, for sure, because I mean it's that saying, you know, like the roller coaster, it always has to come down, right? You go up to come down,
and then the hard thing about it is once you blow up, it's like a battle to, you know, one up it every time.
Yeah, like retain that
level.
Thing. Yeah, because
it's
like
tough.
It feels like you get like say like 50,000 views, which I think the first video that blew you guys up, I think is like 33K.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, like a little over 30K, which is, I mean, it's been stagnant for the past, you know, few months since you guys haven't posted. And
it's funny, we still get like 500-600 views a month.
Yeah, which I mean makes sense with how many videos that you have in that episodic series.
Right.
So it kind of makes sense because there's that exposure there, you know, that people either check in on, or like, especially how the algorithm works. Like if you're new to the channel or see like this random video,
they'll start giving you the other ones.
They just start feeding you the other ones because you've watched one of these content that you haven't seen. So it's pretty interesting how it works. But even then, like, I feel like you were saying, where that wanting up is always a little hard. Like, I definitely like the episodic series because those typically always have a good message behind it, but it's also just a series. You know, it's like any TV show.
It has to end.
It really has to end.
And especially that was such a hard one because it wasn't in our control as much. Yeah. Because it'd be like the last video we filmed with Lloyd when we took him shopping.
Yeah. I want to say it was that one.
Either that one or when we got his haircut. It was when we took him shopping. Yeah. It took us probably 3-4 hours to find him. Yeah. So it was not completely in our control.
Yeah, which kind of, I mean, that determination is always nice. To like, I mean, nobody knows what got put into the back end of that, you know?
Exactly.
Like
you see what's on the screen.
Yeah, you see what you're given. And so that kind of ends, and you know, you obviously kind of take some time off. You traveled it was a shopping spree. So just for those that are wondering, so it was bringing a homeless man cliff jumping, running from security with a homeless man, which then got you banned from the Coeur d'Alene Resort. And I want to touch on that.
For sure.
And then giving a homeless man a makeover and then a shopping spree.
Yep.
Which all did really, really well. And obviously it's like your biggest kind of series on your channel.
Yeah, definitely.
And you guys also did a few videos, obviously, in between there with your podcast.
Yep.
And just other videos that you've kind of done.
Yeah. I think that's kind of where we went wrong is we found I feel like you need to have a good niche. And we found that with Lloyd.
Yeah.
And then it kind of got hard to do things with Lloyd.
Yeah.
And then we kind of tried to jump around and try different things. And our audience that came for Lloyd and that kind of content, isn't necessarily interested in this kind of content that we switched to.
Yeah. I think if there's a good transition, it's fine.
Totally.
But I felt like it was just kind of like, okay.
Abrupt.
Yeah, it just kind of like, okay, Lloyd's gone.
Right.
And now no more Lloyd. There's no happy ending. It's like the 8th season of Game of Thrones, where like everything that we've dreamed of, like we've gone through so much seasons, quote unquote episodes, videos, 3-4 different videos, and it just kind of feels like Lloyd's gone. And now we have no idea where Lloyd is and what he's doing. Yeah. So I can kind of get where you're saying, where it just feels abrupt. And like I said, if there was a good transition, like, hey, you know what, we are moving to like different content and that's what we're doing. Yeah. Like we're going to still support Lloyd in anything that he does. And
yeah. If we ever see him, man. Yeah. I'll take him out, take him out to eat, hang out with him. That'd be stuff. Dope. I'm always on the lookout.
Yeah, watch him have like some like long hair like us.
Yes, dude. Yeah. Dude, it was cool too cuz after that first video blew up, when we went and did the second one with him, we met up with him and he was like, "Man, like you guys must be really doing well. Like people keep coming up to me and recognizing him around town too."
That's dope.
Which I mean is awesome. Like I can imagine like that. I feel like as a homeless person, people just kind of walk past you. Yeah. So I feel like especially for him that had to have been awesome.
Yeah, they kind of have a reason to like him. They know who he is.
It's like personable.
Yeah, and that's always a hard part because it's like when you see somebody with a sign looking for help, it's like I have no idea what their intention is with the things that I'm giving them.
Totally.
People give them cash, which I never do, just because that's again out of my control. Whereas if I give them a water bottle,
it's gonna.
The only thing that I can really think of is drink or like do. I mean, really anything.
Sell it.
Yeah, sell it. Like that's always like in the back of my mind. But like I mean, most of these people who need help, especially without a home, homeless people in general, are they probably. Thousands of cars just drive by without any acknowledgement. Yeah. And so I really think that was, because it's already happened. Right. Where Lloyd was just like, dude, like, bro, like, what is this going on? Like,
my life changed, which, I mean, sounds extreme.
Yeah.
But I hope that it had a good effect on it.
Yeah. And obviously, like, we only get one life, like, live it to its fullest potential, even if you're in that situation.
Definitely. And he did, man. He enjoyed life.
Yeah. Like he really lived life, like I said in the intro, like that kind of full send, it was really awesome to see on camera. And I think how you guys captured it was really good for the audience,
Yeah. Yeah. That's all Dayton, man. Dayton's the expert.
Yeah. Well, even then I want to talk about like your beginnings with Dayton. Yeah. Cause you guys met in college.
Yeah. We actually, we have a friend, Anthony, we were both, we were looking for figuring out where to live for the next year. Yeah. I was supposed to live with some different dudes, and Anthony and Dayton were going to live together. Gotcha. But I told Anthony I was looking for a place, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'd rather you live here than the other guy." Right. So I was like, "All right, cool." I didn't know Dayton until we moved in together. Okay. And then, we moved in together, and we got closer, and we both kind of always wanted. Dayton had done a little YouTube channel when he was younger. Yeah. D Hamo Show, check it out. But and so we kind of both shared that dream, and we went for it, which is the hardest step is actually just starting it. Yeah.
Like that theoretically is like the hardest step. Is to just get started. No matter where you're at with your knowledge of YouTube, you live and learn, and that's the kind of the biggest thing with YouTube. You just live and learn. It's like, this video did good. This video didn't do as well. So I definitely understand where that's, kind of comes into play. And what really like hit it off for you guys? Was it just your love for making something, creating something? Because it's two different things. You're the personality and he's the camera guy. You know? Yeah. Dayton's like the mastermind, man. Like he has such a good vision
at putting that stuff together and kind of like a director role almost. And so from the start, like it was like, well, Dane's unreal at editing, unreal at filming and whatnot. He has that vision. Yeah. And I can kind of, be on camera and be charismatic and
fill the gaps that he needs.
Yeah. So we kind of, came together and were the whole piece of it.
It's a symbiotic relationship where, like, I don't know if you've like ever learned this in biology, like when the fish are like on the whales, they clean the whale, but then the whale provides them protection.
Yeah, kind of like they need each other.
Yeah, they need each other to basically survive in their own environment.
Totally.
Like there's like one bug that like sits on a buffalo and then like takes off like the things that kills the buffalo.
Right.
And the buffalo obviously like protects them and gives them a home. I don't know.
Somewhere to free range.
Free range across Wyoming. So it really feels like, and obviously I've got to witness it firsthand, you know, that symbiotic relationship kind of unfold, like I said, where you're the personality and kind of it feels like the ideas both are generated from you because we definitely just try to brainstorm them together. Yeah. And I think that's always important because especially as like a director, if the actors were the ones being like, no, let's get this shot.
Right.
The director, there's no flow between A and B. You got
to be on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's been cool to watch. It really has because you guys have got to talk. And because I met Dayton at a running camp.
Him a long time.
I knew him since like 2018.
Yeah.
2017. Yeah, because I met him at a running camp over in like Montana.
Right.
And I met Troy there.
Yeah.
And then I met you kind of along the lines of Dayton. Because I had kind of seen that you guys had started your thing. And I was just like, that's pretty cool, and then that's how we met.
Yep.
And, my friend Casey, I've always kind of been into hockey because of Casey.
Yeah, Casey's a beauty.
Because that's, like, it's my best friend. I'm going to go support him and watch his games and go to, like, the Chiefs games. And so it kind of, another little, like, Easter egg of just connection, like.
Totally.
Like, if you did rugby and I did hockey, like, points of conversation would be very minimal.
Yeah.
But it was just nice to talk because, we both did YouTube. That was the thing that kind of brought us together.
Yeah, and we filmed a couple videos and whatnot.
Yeah. We filmed the game show video.
Yep.
The podcast. And that's the only two that I remember.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just been kind of cool to watch the process,
Yeah.
And obviously I've been doing a lot longer than you guys have.
Right.
And it's just always how you can learn off each other,
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is, like, I don't know of anybody else in Spokane doing it. There's one car YouTuber that's pretty big. He has like 500,000. Yeah. But other than that, I don't think anybody else in Spokane really does YouTube.
in the scene that's like, like not
our
prevalent.
kind of content.
Yeah. Like, you might get like somebody who does like hiking.
Yeah, or like makeup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But in like our niche, other than like rap, which kind of like semi has the personality in it. Right. Because I know you've done some podcasts, not really podcasts, but you've done a podcast episode with a rapper.
Yep.
And then also did like rap battles with rappers.
Right.
So where do you go from taking a homeless man cliff jumping to then that, where you invite rappers on and they freestyle and battle?
Yeah, well, we kind of had a big break. So like we did the Lloyd stuff and then it was winter. COVID and everything. Yeah. I started traveling. I went to Dubai for 2 weeks and then came home for a few days and we all went to Mexico for a week. And then, so that kind of like broke it up. Like it was like a forced break.
Gotcha.
And then, so after that we were like, all right, we need to get this going again. Yeah. Trying to come up with ideas. And we had the rap battle idea. And so we had done the interview with one of the rappers. Yeah. And we were like, like maybe we could do something further with that. So yeah, we started doing the rap battles, tested the waters with it. It was okay, but we didn't really love it. So we kind of stopped doing it.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, I think the most important part is the love for it,
Exactly. You have to enjoy doing it.
Yeah, because like my podcast, I really enjoy doing it. You know, if I only did it with like people that I enjoyed, more or less, if I did it with people that I don't know, I'd still enjoy it. That's like the key.
Well, and it's cool just to get to know the people too.
Yeah, and just to learn about their story and who they are. Yeah. Beyond just their creative side, but them as a person.
Totally.
Yeah. And so like, I feel like it definitely could have been sustainable, but again, you brand yourself into this niche of rap in music,
which isn't necessarily our passion, you know?
Yeah, like if you did like a video where you take a stranger and, you know, make them a viral artist over 24 hours.
That would be cool.
That would be an idea where you do that once, you know, and maybe again in the future. But instead of just like pushing from this kind of like full sendy stuff where you even jumped off a bridge in like Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
Out of a moving car.
That was a fun one.
And then like staying overnight on a mountain in California. And even then, like, I mean, Dubai even, like that could have been something, you know?
I wish I would have filmed there. Yeah.
That definitely could have been something, you know? Even if it's just like recording but never post, you still have that.
Document.
Yeah. Like that's, and think about it, you know, like I've just learned to like record really anything and everything because say later down the line, there's like a documentary that's, you know, about me and my life. I have that at my disposal. It's not, I can't go back in time and be like, well, here's let's recreate this, you know, and I look like 10 pounds heavier, you know?
Well, it's even cool just for yourself to look back on. Like sometimes like we'll watch the old videos and like, you know, it's like fun to watch.
Yeah, I recently went back and watched my crushing watermelons video.
Oh yeah,
the second one, and I was like, oh man, dude, these are like the good times,
good
like,
memories.
Yeah, I was like, did I do that? I remember the pain. Like I watch it, I'm like, ow, like my legs hurt watching it. I can feel it. And I'm like, oh my god, that one took some time to do. I was like sitting there for like 20 minutes just trying to break like each of them.
Dude.
I was like,
it's probably tough, man.
And my legs, they get worn out.
The track strength.
Yeah, it's just like that long endurance that just always gets me. And I'm
keep the pressure on.
Yeah, and I'm just like, keep it on. Like, do not let go. And then it just kind of, and I'm like,
I did it.
It's like swimming, and it's like when you try and hold your breath, and you're like, I'm gonna reach a minute. And then you get to a point where like convulsing, and you're like,
yeah, I'm not very good at that. We saw it in the game show. You won.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. So I guess to run down that, part of the game show, we had like certain things that required different skills. You know, trivia. We had endurance stuff. Yeah, strength stuff. Just like general type of skill with flipping the bottle because that was kind of hot at the time.
Little bit of finesse.
Yeah, and so there was different facets, you know?
Right.
And so we start off with the game show. Troy wins that.
He has a natural love for trivia, he said. We give him crap about that.
It's like, oh, yeah, you're the guy that won the game show trivia. And so we do that, and then later on, we go to the pool, and
we had to see who could hold their breath the longest. I think I did like 10 seconds, man.
Like not even, bro.
Well, because I was like, all right, as long as I get like second, I knew I wasn't gonna beat you, so I was like, as long as I beat Troy, and I thought I heard him come up, so I was like, all right, sick, I'm good. And then I came up and you guys are both still down. I was like, well, tough bounce.
Yeah. And then I remember when I was like thinking about it, I was like, well, I already won. There's like because there's points guaranteed no matter what. So like, I knew that I had already won, but it was like for Shane, he needed to win these next two to like actually come second, and then for Troy to go through the gauntlet of death. And so we do the barbell.
Yeah,
I was still impressed on how much I could barbell.
Yeah, dude, you got a good amount.
I didn't because I'm light. Like I can't chest press anything.
You're a speed guy.
I'm just like, get done with like 20 and I'll be good.
Right.
I do like 81, 82.
Yeah, that was good.
You just locked in. Like 150. I'm like, bro, he's like, I reached 100. It's like, okay, just like a few more. I'm like, oh,
I had to dial in, man.
You put on your AirPods. You're like, okay, get the music. And then we're like, you're like, what am I at? Like
I'm
screaming through that. It's so funny. I'm just sitting there with Troy, Rachel, and Dayton, and we're just like watching it unfold. It's so funny. And then then we go down to the water bottle. I was so close.
Dude, that was a
you.
Yeah, that was a super close one. And then luckily I didn't get last, and we got to punch Troy.
Oh, I watched that video again like 3 months ago, and I watched the game show because I kind of just want to see it again.
Yeah,
and I was like, I remember the water bottle being so close, so like I paid attention to it.
Right.
And then I was like, bro, I'm like, that was low-key a comeback. Like, I was like ahead at like 6 and 7, and you're like on 3, going on 4.
I
and
was
then
like,
just
I cannot lose.
came
man.
back, bro. I was like, oh my god.
I was like, this is like our channel. Like, I cannot come in last.
I cannot come in last on my very own channel. It was good though. It was good. I really liked that video.
Yeah,
you know, I still think it could have been way better, but it's still a good, fun video to do.
Yeah, it was a last minute one. Like, it was in between the Lloyd videos. We just needed something to keep up on our upload schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's always the hard part. I've always, when early on, like not even early on, when I kind of started doing a little bit more like person stuff, like that sit down talk type thing, or like just storytelling, reacting.
Yeah.
I just like, I'd upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But the one thing is I couldn't find, I mean, I did it for like 9 months, like straight.
That's impressive.
But nothing was like catching, you know? And I just kind of like sat back and I'm like, why am I posting 3 times a week?
Maybe go quality over quantity.
Yeah. And it just like some of these ideas were just like so dumb.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm just doing the same thing
because you're just trying to get
over.
anything out, you know?
Yeah. And that was the thing. I was just like, nothing seems meaningful. And there's not much intention other than just to give a laugh for this video and to never watch it again.
Yeah, which is
it just wasn't sustainable long term. So I really had like a deep dive into like my mind, and I was like, okay,
what do I really want
like
this to be?
Like so I think I did like a Wednesday Friday thing for a bit, and then I just kind of continued on the path of spreading it and thinning it out a bit more to make more quality videos, and just sat down and just learned a crap ton.
Right.
Like even last year I was still posting like periodically, but it just wasn't, it lacked a sense of meaningfulness, you know, like it was like there was a few videos in there that really, you know, hit, but it was just like, it felt like me just trying to like feed this algorithm for it to take off.
That's the thing, man. Like you got to play the game, which sucks.
And it really depends on how you go about that too, you know, because like you guys didn't play the algorithm. You played TikTok and it helped you. You know?
Big time.
It really depends, because like for me, like I'm like right now is for me to set myself up for long term. So a lot of these videos that I'm posting right now are videos that like if something were to catch and for something were to take off, these are the videos that are behind me. These are the foundation of my house.
Well, because if something blows up, then people are gonna watch your other videos, and then they'll stay.
And they're still good videos. You know, they're not just like here post.
Yeah.
You know, they're thought out videos,
exactly,
meaningful videos, entertaining videos.
Well, and it's better too if you're enjoying it. You know, you're gonna want to push it out more. I think that's one thing that like has kind of put us at a halt on Roommate TV is like I think I kind of matured a bit, and like I don't want to be getting kicked out of places, you know, for videos and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, Dayton's busy working on a lot of other projects. I've been wanting to start like a fitness channel.
Okay.
But you know, it's the hardest part. I just haven't had the balls to actually do it.
Yeah. And I mean, the one thing is always your why. Like, why do you do it?
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, companies, YouTubers, businesses, you know, like, people who are artists in different means, you know, it's all, like, videos are just a visual art. You know, we are creators in this space. And music is an auditorial art. You know, we understand, like, Kanye West's new album, Donda. Like, it may not be, like, the best of, like, hey, all these, like, 3 of these songs are going to be on the radio, and, you know, we're going to blast them everywhere. But they're meaningful art. You know, it has an intention. Like,
it's his passion, you know.
Yeah, like, when I listen to the Donda chant, like, right as I turn on the album, it's like, Donda, Donda, Donda.
I haven't heard it yet.
I'm like, bro, you're going to listen to it, and you're going to be like, this is the most whack thing I've ever heard. But I'm like, it's Kanye. There's got to be a meaning behind it. I'll let you find it out for yourself.
Okay, yeah.
But it, like, my mom's like, what is this Donda, 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 Donda? I'm like, it sounds so rhythmic, and I'm like, there's got to be a meaning behind it. You know, like,
and there is.
There is. Okay. There definitely is. So
I'll check it out.
Definitely, like, listen to it. You'll think it's the weirdest thing in the world, but it's definitely meaningful. And and I think it has a big message to start off the album.
Cool.
So
yeah, no, I think he tries to be like so unique that sometimes it can be like weird. Yeah. But some people enjoy it. Like it hits his target audience.
Yeah.
You know?
And even people who just like love Kanye.
Yeah, they're gonna listen.
You know,
to it.
like it's a big album. You know.
Right.
everyone's been hearing about it for the past like 3 months, you know, like when is Donda dropping, you know, it's like, oh, it's not in August. Okay, September, here we go.
You build up that hype.
Yeah. And he's a great marketer.
Big time.
And that's, I think, another thing that I feel is if a lot of YouTubers really lack. Well, I think there's a few things that some YouTubers really lack is authenticity.
Yeah.
Which
and that goes a long ways.
That will really go a long way, especially as like a creator as a whole. I think you guys do that very well because you guys can see your personalities out there. You know, like it might be a little exaggerated, but it's just really for the camera.
Right.
But it's still super authentic. You know, like you're willing to get banned from the Coeur d'Alene Resort for a video unintentionally, but also intentionally. You know, like
that was a fun one.
That was so funny.
That was super fun.
I want to talk about it after this, but then so authenticity is like the one biggest thing. You know, like you got to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
And two is marketing.
Right. And people try to do the same, like, you know, put on your Instagram story.
Yeah.
Little things. But I feel like it can be, there's so much more than that.
Yeah. And it's just like, even then, I'm still learning about it, you know, but like.
Well, it's changing. It's always changing.
Well, yeah. And like people just like, are like, put like a screenshot on their Instagram story and you see the black on the top and the bottom. And it's just like, check out my video. Check out my video.
What I think is the best that we've had success with, and like I enjoy seeing it from other YouTubers, is when you know, having kind of a highlight reel of the video with like a good song sync to music. You know, I think that is a good strategy.
Yeah, and it really just depends. I think like cars can, you know, car YouTubers could do that really well.
Totally.
And it really just depends on the video itself.
Yeah, it depends on the content.
Yeah, because like for me with my like Spartan Race, like that isn't it's a storytelling video.
Exactly.
It's not meant to like.
Well, and that's like, I know you do the kind of like Mr. Beast intro where
like with this is going to be, you know, like this is what we're about
which
to do.
works. We've done that too.
Yeah,
it works well because you grab the attention right away.
Yeah, and the one biggest thing is like I've learned to just show what B is, and as you continue to do that, people understand that this is the journey of how you got to be. Yeah. This is the journey of how you, like my eating the hottest wings in my city. Yeah. This is just for example. Like I show all the places I'm going through. So you understand that, okay, we're going to go to these different places.
You know it's coming.
And then you just watch each place, you know?
Yeah, well, and it's not like you show too much to where it's like, well, I know what's going to happen, so I don't need to watch the video. Yeah. But it gives like a little teaser.
Yeah. And that's like, I think the biggest thing. That I think, I don't know if I guess it really depends on the style because some people are like, hey guys, welcome back. I'm like X. I'm like I'm
or the basic. What's up, YouTube?
Yeah, it is just like I love the energy, and I imagine you know that is probably what they've done for 10,
but it's not
20
authentic.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, and it's just like I hear it like 5 out of 10 times every time I watch a video.
Yeah. And it's tricky, like, to find your own thing. Yeah. You know, you just kind of got to not think about it and just flow.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I guess back then I can't really say because I wasn't as good as I am now. Right. But it's just like I've learned from what I've done.
See what works and see what doesn't work. Yeah.
What is it like being banned on the resort?
Well, I'm not anymore, actually. Okay. It only lasted a year.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, it is past a year now. Wow.
Yeah. But I actually did go there while I was banned.
Did anyone recognize you?
And it sucked because I went there for like a family dinner at the restaurant there. And I was so worried about them coming up to me like with my family there, you know, too, and be like, yo, you gotta leave, bro. So what I did was I like put my hair in a bun and I like put a hat on, put a hood on, had a mask on. So I was like
just full on. You're just like this. You're just they don't recognize me.
So yeah, I did my best to not be noticed, and it worked out.
I mean, yeah, it surely worked out. Was it like a Christmas dinner, just like a family dinner? Just
it was like a birthday dinner for my aunt.
How long was that after you got banned?
Probably like 6 months or so.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I figured like as long as I didn't run into like the same security guard, I probably was chilling.
Because you look the exact same.
I know.
Like,
and
if you cut your hair,
stand out.
Yeah,
too.
like you got some big arms, big shoulders, you got blonde hair, golden blonde hair, and You're like 6'1", 6'2". How tall are you?
No, I'm short, man. I'm only like 5'10".
Okay, 5'10", nonetheless. You're a big jack guy. Like, yeah, you definitely stand out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Imagine,
it doesn't help.
Imagine
when you're
just
trying to
at
hide.
the dinner, they just like pull your hood down. Like, sir, come with us.
Come with us. They like take me in a back room, like beat
like
me
TSA like stuff. It's like like, are you supposed to be having $150,000 on you right now? That okay, we need to take you back here.
You're gonna come
We're
back.
gonna come back.
We're
with
gonna
us.
search you.
So what are you here for?
Well,
It's
yeah,
my
I was
birthday.
a little worried. But
Yeah,
it
like
worked
the
out.
paranoid. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
It's. I feel like, oh my gosh, it's like, it. I can kind of get the feeling of like when you see somebody in public at like a restaurant that you know, and you just like, I
don't want to be noticed.
I don't want to notice or like talk to them right now. Like I'm
Yeah.
just enjoying my time,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, don't come up to me at all. Like maybe acknowledge, like, hey.
Yeah,
But, like, that's
but,
not-
I don't want to talk
yeah,
to you forever.
Yeah, like some people I don't mind, like if it's like post dinner, but
Right.
if it's like I'm here with the boys,
Yeah.
let me just enjoy my time.
Like I see you, you see me.
Yeah,
It's
like
like
we
that
underst-
awkward.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like imagine like your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like you,
Yeah. That's never a good time.
Yeah, you're like, well, oh, it was so funny. This is a funny story. So I work at this CrossFit gym now because
Oh,
I'm a
dude, no way.
Spartan athlete.
That's
blah blah
sweet,
blah. So
man.
I work out at a CrossFit gym and I
Yeah.
do open gym because I just kind of do my own thing. But they have equipment there that I can use.
Right.
Beyond that, so like this last 2 weeks ago, I go there and I see this guy. He's kind of blonde. He reminded me of somebody that I went to high school with. But I'm like, so I just passed by.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Go back and they're like, oh, come on. And they say his name and I'm like, that is such a unique name. Like nobody else has named that. And I'm like, yeah, that's my ex-girlfriend's brother.
Oh, dude. Did he talk to you?
Yeah, I like said, I'm like, oh, hi.
You're on good terms, though.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
that's
we're
good.
on good terms. Like I always liked him, and it was funny because then I'm like, I come in this week, and I see the mom, and I'm like,
You can't catch a break.
huh?
man.
I'm like, bro, I can't wait to the day that my ex-girlfriend shows up at this gym because it was so funny. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I did. I'm like, I told the people that worked there, I'm like, oh yeah, I dated his sister in high school, and they're like, oh yeah, she's worked out. And I'm like, oh great,
Dope.
I'm like, this should be fun. And it was funny because like right after we broke up, because she's Mormon, so they get, they find a new lover and they're married.
They're married in a
Yeah,
month,
bro,
man.
dude, it was like literally 2 months. Bro, she's
They
got a
get
new
wild,
boy
man.
within like 3 weeks, gets engaged like 3 weeks later, and then
That's
gets married
brutal,
a
dude.
little while later.
Do you think that, because you're not Mormon, are you?
No.
Do you think that had anything to do with why you guys broke up?
No,
Like,
not at all.
No?
I got into the relationship not wanting to be in it, and then
Okay.
3 months go by, and I'm like,
all right, I
okay,
still don't want to be in it.
I'm like, I really do not want to be here. So
Okay. Because I feel like their families, it's almost
Yeah.
like arranged marriages. Like
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
to be with another
yeah,
Mormon.
like Russians.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bro,
They get
like-
married quick too.
Yeah, bro. Like
Out of
they're-
nowhere.
And I'm like, I don't even know your boyfriend. Where does he go to school?
When
like,
did this happen?
I'm like, bro. When
I
did you
mean,
start
good
wearing
for
rings?
them, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I guess that's just kind of like
crazy.
what they do.
It seems to work, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any breakup, but I guess it's only been like a year or two
Yeah.
since we've been out of high school. Well,
True.
I've been out of high school.
Everybody's getting married, man.
You graduated in like 17, 16?
16. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm old, man. It sucks.
That was my first year. So that was the end of my first year.
Okay.
Like you would have been a senior when I would have been a freshman.
Dang, dude. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I hate it. I hate it. I'm freaking old. I'm done with
Wow.
college now, man.
Dude,
I graduated college. It's weird.
That's exciting because did you try your 5th year? Like, did you go for
Yeah,
the
so
fifth, fourth
I
year?
kind of played myself because I stretched it out on purpose to play another year of hockey.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
And then we didn't have a season because of COVID.
COVID.
So, but I can't talk too much on this, but I might be
Okay.
able to play this year.
Okay.
I might have found a loophole.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm graduated, but I might be playing. I'll
Okay.
let you know when I find out.
yeah,
more.
yeah, absolutely. Because you play for
For Eastern.
Eastern.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put the college on blast if you weren't gonna say something like that.
I just won't talk about it too much.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. 'Cause you also know Adam, right? You played with him, Adam Kennedy.
Yeah, I played with him there.
Because we went to high school together. He's a dope guy.
Yeah, Adam's
I love
a cool guy.
Adam. He's really chill.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, he's been like grinding lately. I think he's been working a lot.
Yeah. I always find that there's like people in high school that either like let themselves go, like post high school, or
Yeah.
just like find like, fuck, dude,
Just
like
go in.
I hate my life right now. That's fucking grind.
Let's change it. Yeah.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
insane to think about that.
It's funny, like you have those people like I Snapchat Kennedy every day.
Yeah.
Like we have, I Snapchat him every day, but I never actually talk to him.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of know what he's up to, but not really.
You kind of like see that he's at a different place. Or he's in bed for the 3rd day in a row.
Exactly.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Well, speaking of hockey, has there been, because you lost to a pool.
Yeah.
Have you lost to anybody in a hockey rink? Gloves off, let's go. Like,
I've had a couple tilts, but I've never got my face messed up bad or anything.
So the pool is worse than your opponents in hockey?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Dude, I even got in a bar fight recently.
Really?
And I didn't get a single mark on my face. I cut my knuckle on his face, but the only thing to beat me is the pool.
That's hilarious. That is funny. You probably look at all those fights and all the times that you just beat up these hooligans, and then you look at that pool and you're like, fuck.
That thing got the best of me, man.
That is hilarious. I've done that a few times, like in the pool where, you're saying you dive a little too far and something incline, and I just like hit my forehead. And I'm like,
yeah, dude.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
It sucks.
That is so fun. How many fights have you been in, including hockey and post-hockey and out of hockey?
I've only been in one out of hockey.
Okay.
The recent one. That was a good time.
It's a good record, though,
Yeah. One. That was a good one. I've been probably like 4 or 5 in hockey.
Okay. In college, also in high school?
Probably 3 in college.
Okay.
And then maybe like 3 or 4 throughout growing up.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, some more intense than others.
Yeah.
But
have you what would be like what's a strategy in fighting
in hockey?
Because you're on like skates, so like you still kind of like slide and you can't really always get the grip, like you're not on like the UFC canvas and just can just plant and bam.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's a little different. Like, I mean, to a normal person, skating feels so foreign,
Yeah.
But to us, it's just like walking.
Sure.
So it doesn't feel too bad. But rather than, like squaring up and, having distance and stuff, the go-to is get your hand, grab their jersey, like right here.
Yeah.
And that's how you kind of control them.
Oh,
so you can kind of, say, pull them into you, give them one, push them away so that you're not getting hit.
Gotcha.
Keep your distance, and then pull them and hit them. So that this is kind of your control of them.
There's a strategy to it.
And then this is your striking hand.
You're just grab the collar, or like grab like even like the side.
Yeah. You get them where
so
you want them to go.
It's typically like how women fight in like high school where they just grab their hair so they control that and just start swinging. Yeah,
instead of the hair, it's the jersey.
It's the jersey and the freaking pad.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever been hit?
Hit in a hockey fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have, but I tend to do pretty well, luckily. Luckily, dude.
Look, like these guns are licensed to kill.
Dude, like, I was a little worried, and even after I did good in the bar fight, I was like, man, I'm really glad I did well because it would suck to get hit in the face. Like, it would suck to be that guy.
Was the guy smaller than you or bigger?
He's bigger. He was he was probably like 6'1", 6'2".
Like Troy's height.
Like, yeah, he kind of towered over me. Like,
I
was looking up at him.
Was he?
He was kind of, he wasn't like jacked, but he was like a bigger, he wasn't fat, like, that just like bigger body type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like general bigger body type.
Yeah.
Because it comes with the height.
Right. It's just proportional.
What got you into the fight? Like that's what I want to know now.
Yeah. So we were at the bar over by Gonzaga, and we were just kind of itching for it. Honestly, we kind of egged it on.
Yeah.
Dayton. I was with Dayton, and I don't know if you know George Johnson.
Yeah, he was on your podcast. The business that goes to UW. Yeah.
Yep. So George and Dayton were kind of chirping some dudes, and I was like, all right, this is fun. So we were kind of chirping some dudes, and they were kind of getting at it. And eventually one of the guys got in my face, and I was kind of like there to have their backs, and I was having some fun with it too.
Yeah.
And one of them, this guy got in my face, and he pushed me, and I pushed him back, and he just fell to the ground.
Oh.
So then I think that pissed him off, kind of embarrassed
his ego's just dropped to zero.
Right. And so we get kicked out. And I wasn't even mad, man. Like, I was just kind of having fun with it.
Did you pay the tab at least?
I didn't buy anything.
Okay.
I don't drink or anything.
Yeah. But did the crew get kicked out? Dayton and George?
They didn't have to leave, but they followed. So what happened was we got kicked out.
Gotcha.
And I was like chilling. Like, I was like, all right, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And this guy comes, we're getting escorted out, and he's following behind me. chest pumped up, like just fuming, man. And so I'm like, frick, here we go. Because I kind of am like, look, I'm thinking like he's going to sucker punch me behind me.
Yeah, because you're going to get a cheap shot. Like,
right. As we're walking out, so I'm like kind of looking back, and he's like pissed. And so I'm like, frick, man, I'm really going to have to fight this guy right now. So we get out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And the bouncer guy, he's like, all right, have fun. Like, just don't do it in here.
Yeah. Grab him by the collar.
Well, that's the thing. It was a different kind of fight than I'm used to.
Yeah, because you're just used to grabbing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, I really didn't want to, or I didn't have like that, like that fire, like that killer instinct.
Yeah,
but I was like,
well, that was fun.
I was like, frick, man, it's either him or me.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather beat him up than him beat me up.
Yeah.
So, he kind of started to go for me, and I kind of countered, gave him a right, gave him a couple. I think I broke his nose because I got him with a good one, and then his face was just like I when I hit him, it like splattered, like I had his blood on my face and stuff too, and it was just absolutely dumping blood. And then like some girl broke it up or whatever.
Are you banned from that bar too?
No, dude, the bouncers loved it. I walked back over because I was looking for my hat.
Yeah.
And they were like, because I tried to shake his hand. Because like in hockey, man, like it's once you fight somebody, like you have respect for them. Like even as a team, we'll fight in practice. Because it's like if you have a problem with someone, you fight, and then you respect each other more than you ever did.
Yeah.
So that's just my instinct. And he was like all pissed, And the bouncer, I was talking to him, he was like, man, like, we're hiring. Like, he was like, you should work here. I was like, I mean, like, it was a good time. I don't mind it.
They gave you an application and everything post fight. Like, here's your check. It's an application.
You're hired.
Here's your purse.
That's
so funny.
It was funny, man. I enjoyed it, but I really shouldn't make a habit of it.
Yeah. I think that's where it becomes a little too far, because to him, you're like a pool to him.
Yeah.
Basically he's diving off the deep end and things, like, nose is shattered.
I really felt bad too. I was like, man, I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, I'm not like a fighting person. Like I don't do that.
Yeah.
Like I'll give maybe a shove if there's like some big conflict, if somebody engaged me first, but I will never throw a punch unless it's intentionally for like
self-defense.
YouTube boxing, baby.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. I'll step into the ring.
That would be sweet.
Bam.
It'd be fun. We kind of thought about one of the rap videos we did.
Yeah.
Two of the rappers were kind of like beefing with each other.
Was it Idson and OTJ, or
Idson
was it
and this guy Benny 16?
Yeah.
He called them out in the video and stuff.
Yes.
And so we were trying to set it up to where it would be a 2-part video. They would rap battle and then they would box, but they wouldn't do it. Would have been sweet.
Yeah, you got a lot of backlash for Idson winning.
Yeah, man. Dude, that was one thing that kind of sucked about working with those rapper guys.
Because there's always beef behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and people like, well, he had this line that it was so amazing. Nobody's ever done that before.
Yeah. Well, and dude, like, I don't even care. I'm going to say it, man. Like, those guys act so hard, and they're just not.
Because we had a rapper on. He's sitting right. You're going to go under him, by the way. That's where you're going to. That's your spot right there.
Okay.
Under there.
Nice.
And Kid Judo, he makes similar music to like Snot.
Okay.
Trippie Red.
Trippie Red?
Nice.
Nice.
Similar. I don't know if Trippie. It's more Snot than anything.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just like that style of music.
Yeah.
And
some of them are super cool and super chill, but it's the ones that put on that front like they're from the streets. They're hard. Like I'll say it right now, dude. Those guys, I don't know if you can. Those guys are pussies, man. Like, I'm sorry, bro. And like, I mean, they put it on well. Like at first we were like, oh man, like a little sketch to do it.
Yeah, you don't like want to say the wrong thing, and they're gonna pull out pull out something.
But they're actors, man. Studio gangsters.
Okay.
Studio gangsters, like Eazy-E said.
Yeah, they're not like 6ix9ine straight from the streets, baby.
Yeah, bro.
like NWA type stuff.
Yeah, these guys are fakers, man.
Well, Spokane's
they're
not.
gonna be pissed if they see that.
They're gonna be like, let me hop on the podcast. I need to clarify that. I'm like, okay, that's just another guest. I'm like, yo, you want to go right there?
But dude, they are good people though. Like I will say, like we met a lot of good people. They put on that front, but then when you get to know them, they're nice people.
Good. That's always like I said, it's that authenticity, you know.
Right.
Like if you can't keep it up, then why do it?
Exactly.
You know, that's sustainability.
Have like the little Dicky approach, man.
Yeah, like I mean, you understand that like it's a joke, you know. And I love little
Just be
Dicky's
real.
Man, not demeanor.
Yeah.
You know, like I like how he carries himself.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
He's just fully himself. Like he's not trying to put on a front or anything.
Well, like even like Jake Paul, like I mean, even like Conor McGregor, you have to back what you're putting out. You know, if you can't, like Khabib, like I mean, he could Khabib Nurmagomedov. I don't know how to pronounce that, but he. You know, a fighter, great fighter, but he doesn't need to talk because he knows that he can just do it. Put it, he's gonna put it out in the front. Yeah, you know, so that's interesting.
I do think though, like Jake Paul, he has like that 6ix9ine marketing approach. Yeah, and I think it's genius.
Just
it really
say
works.
Everything and just say the wildest things and call out everybody.
Any press is good press. Yeah, you know, it works for 6ix9ine. It's working for Jake Paul. Yeah, I think it's smart. People hate you for it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if you keep winning, get in the numbers.
Yeah. Well, and like he keeps winning.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He's proven it.
I talked about this in episode 14, ironically enough. Again, I'm recording this after episode 14, so you'll hear this in episode 14 where I talk about the fight. Yeah. And I talked about like people want to see him lose. That's why they buy it. Yeah. You know, they wanted to see him lose.
Either way, they're buying it. That's all that matters.
Right. Because it's Jake Paul. No matter if you like him or hate him. Yeah. That's the reason you're buying it, because you either want to see him win or lose, but 90% of people want to see him lose.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter to him.
Yeah,
he's fine if people hate him. Yeah. He's making money.
That's why Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers monetarily. Yeah. Monetary-wise, because he knew that he was going to keep winning. You know? And that's why even Conor McGregor did well for the time that he reigned the UFC.
Yeah. Well, he had that similar approach too.
Yeah, just say everything. Just shotgun blast the wall and hope that it breaks through. Yeah. And just call everybody.
You got to be careful about getting canceled is the only thing. Yeah. Dude.
Are you worried about that at all?
You got us canceled once, man.
Did I?
Yeah, you did actually. Partially canceled.
Oh, I remember. Okay. Yeah. You can explain the story.
Yeah, no, so we posted a video in LA. Troy was going around playing spin the bottle with people. He kissed a homeless girl. And he went up to this girl, or this.
Don't ask me. I'm confused as well. I think it's a guy cross-dressing as a girl.
Okay, yeah. So he went up to this person and asked, and then he realized that this person wasn't what he thought it was. Yeah. And so he was like, "Oh, never mind,
bro." And I commented on. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah, it's like, okay, dude. We were getting hate.
Really?
Like. People were, we had to like make our Instagram private and stuff.
Oh, wow. Because
like, I guess that person has like a decent following.
Yeah. They're like, yeah.
And so they just got an army. Like we were just getting
like BTS.
DM. Like people are hitting up Troy like, kill yourself. Like you're a horrible person. Insane. Like gnarly, dude.
It's all because of me.
It's all your fault.
God, I totally forgot about that.
Dude, yeah.
Like I was like, oh fuck, dude. My heart was like, I'm never gonna be able to like talk to these guys again. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. I just like put them in the deep end. Like they help the homeless, but it doesn't matter to these fans. Like, oh bro,
they're ruthless.
Yeah,
but it's all good, man. I know you didn't mean to.
I met Cameron at that's his name.
Okay,
her name. However they want to. But I met Cameron. I was just gonna say Cameron.
Yeah.
At leadership camp, and again, you like look at Cameron and you're like, I can't tell. Like it has like the more masculine facial structure, but obviously like the long hair. Pinkish dress outfit, and you're like,
yeah, one like from behind.
Well, yeah, that's what
happened to Troy. Yeah,
and I remember I saw how I know how Cameron walks.
You recognized it right away.
I recognized Cameron right away. And
what are the odds of that? We were in LA, like.
Well, I remember when Cameron moved.
Oh yeah,
like Cameron used to work at Burger King.
Okay,
and Cameron would just like. Do these like Cameron did the WAP at Burger King in the middle of like the lobby, and it just like got like 400,000 views on Instagram.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I recognized Cameron immediately.
Yeah,
because it's that like black long hair, like a little lower than the shoulders, and just kind of like that arm that sits in the purse.
Totally,
bro. I feel so bad.
It's all good.
I totally forgot it. That was like probably like that was earlier this year. Like,
late
like last year?
Like November.
Yeah,
November. Yeah.
God damn.
Nah, man, it is what it is.
Yeah,
we made it through it.
Yeah. Well, Did you? Because you haven't posted in like 8 months.
Actually, that was kind of when we stopped posting too. but kind of coincidentally.
Yeah, coincidentally.
It did take a hit on us.
Yeah, but dude, I think that's all because of me. I typed like 60 letters with an at in the front, and here comes an army of Burger King workers.
Dude, it was bad, man. They were like reporting everything.
Really?
So we like went private so it wouldn't get taken down, and DMing.
Yeah, bro. And who was the one that DM'd me?
That DM'd you?
Yeah, like, hey, like, bro, like, what? I'm like, what did I do wrong? I'm like, what? Did I do anything wrong?
Oh, yeah, maybe me or Dayton DM'd
yeah, well,
you.
it would have been one of you two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
Sure, I guess that was back in November.
Yeah, yeah. Did we DM you and we were like, what the heck, bro?
Yeah, no, I was like, what the? I'm like, what did I do something wrong? Like, I questioned like my entire existence. I'm like, did I say something like 5 months ago on the podcast that is like
coming back?
Yeah, you don't like? Yeah, I'm like thinking about everything, and so I'm like, oh, do I open this message right now? And I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, blah blah blah.
Right.
Oh, like, why do you have to? I'm like, why do you have to do it? I'm like, why did I have to do what? I'm like,
what did I do?
What did I do? And I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, oh my god! I feel so bad.
I knew you felt bad. I knew you didn't have bad intentions.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, well, that even like the post, like, I had no bad intention, but I guess it was what just Troy said that made it all worse.
Yeah.
Like saying, like, oh shit, that's like,
well, and that was an edgy bit.
Yeah.
As is.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh god. Like,
that's one of the things. Like that. Like, man, I don't like necessarily want to do that kind of stuff anymore. Is it
because of just like the backlash you might
I
get?
think that kind of started. That was the first time we had any backlash.
Yeah.
And it made me start thinking about it.
Oh, gotcha.
Which like, and then like with my career path, doing criminal justice things, it's like, I need to, I can't be having.
You can't get banned from a bar in the Coeur d'Alene resort.
Yeah, if I have any like criminal things, I'm screwed, man.
Yeah, that's
so
tough.
it's not necessarily worth the risk.
Yeah,
but I love doing it though. It was some of the best times.
Would you even consider just like, I guess along the lines of semi like very entertaining content where you just like fly to a random place in the
like travel content?
Somewhat, but like just like an insane idea where like, Yes Theory.
Yeah.
So like where it's very similar, I guess, just for the sake where they do like something with no money, no money, stay on the streets for 2 days, you know, or where they just pick a point on the U.S. and they travel to it and then you watch it unfold, something like that, because you like traveling, might as well converge the two. Yeah. And it's kind of like an extreme where you just spend like 2-3 days just out there, with no money. I love it when they do it internationally.
Interested in that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that could be good,
because it's like you're getting to travel, but you're doing it with a purpose, and like you're getting something out of it potentially. Yeah, like potentially, you could be having your trips paid for. Yeah, down the road.
Well, and that's what I've been doing. You know, like I usually, so what I'll do is, like while I'm down over, I went to this treehouse.
That looked cool, man.
I went to the treehouse. I filmed the video. It's in near Leavenworth. Okay. Yeah, it's just right before Peshastin, which is right before Leavenworth, and you just cut off like you're heading to Ellensburg. Yeah. And it's just right there. Dude, it's so sick. And I filmed the video there and the episode 14 of the podcast. Right. So, like, I filmed the video there, So, like...
Yeah, it's productive.
Yeah, I'm going there just to film. Like, that's, like, the only purpose. Right. And maybe to enjoy it when I, turn the cameras off. Uh-huh. Then I went down to Vancouver to do my Spartan Race. So, a few things of content. Spartan Race video complete. Yeah. Zip lining and bungee jumping.
Nice, dude. Yeah, the bungee jumping was cool.
That was sick.
How did you film the Spartan Race? Did somebody go with you and film it for you?
Yeah, so I had my friend Junior, shout out Junior, Lost in the Pacific Northwest on Instagram. I'm sure probably one day we'll have him on because he's definitely got a story. But we'd known each other from leadership camp. And we've gotten pretty emotional with each other through camp. And we've always stayed in touch. Me and Casey stay in touch with him all the time. We hung out at our house here before. Yeah. And so he lives in the Tri-Cities, and that's the same path that I was taking. Okay. And I was like, bro, like, what are you doing? Yeah. Well, I didn't pick him up because we were doing the bungee jumping and zip lining, and he had to be back. Okay, for sure. So we took 2 different cars and just followed for the 3 hours over to Vancouver. And then Amelia's house, who we stayed at, also I actually met her on Tinder. Okay. And we just kind of like hit it off. Yeah. And she goes to like Wazoo and does all that stuff. And so we stayed in touch. She happened to live in Washoe where my race is. Oh, what? And so I'm like, Junior, I'm like, bro, like, would you want to come? Because he's a videographer, photographer. So I was just like, he has got the skill, you know? Yeah. And so we followed, boom, met up with Amelia, and it just happened to work out that we got to stay the night. Nice. I stay like 3 nights there. So I stayed there a little long, but it was just super duper fun and just so enjoyable just to be down there with people that I know. And, you know, we just got to experience what was going on. You know, it's always kind of hard, especially when the cameras are always going.
Right, to actually be in the moment. You're thinking content.
I'm like always thinking, well, like when I'm at the Spartan Race, I'm like thinking about, okay, you know, we're going to go here, here, here. And like, these are the places that you need to be. Once you're done with this, boom, there.
Especially as like the everything, the director.
You're producing
it's
the
all
video.
On you.
Yeah, and he just has the camera, you know, and he's doing the shots that I kind of like. So I gave him a little bit of a long lens because you can't super duper get close at some points, but just enough that we got to capture the video, you know, and it turned out well. And even with Amelia, you know, she helped me with the bungee jumping.
Okay, yeah,
nice. And then we did zip lining together, which was really, really cool. So I have that on my GoPro because I couldn't have a camera with me.
Yeah.
Because that camera's falling down 200 feet and it's done for.
Yeah, dude.
So, but it was fun nonetheless. So I'm always thinking content and just thinking about how can I make my travel purposeful?
Exactly. Dude, that's one thing I regretted with Dubai.
Yeah.
Because Dubai was sick, dude.
The islands?
Dude, I went skydiving. I went up in a helicopter. I went deep sea fishing. I went out on a boat. Like it would have been so much good content, and I just didn't film.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, at least when you go back, hopefully it'll be better because Dubai just keeps getting bigger and better every time.
Dude, it's insane. It's a different world, man.
Did you get to do? Did you say you going up in a helicopter? Was it a gyrocopter?
It was a normal helicopter.
Oh, okay.
Just on like a tour.
Yeah, where they strap you in and you had a little headset.
Yeah, okay, normal which was cool.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's crazy is skydiving there. It's the #1 place in the world to do it.
How much was it? It's got to be expensive.
Dude, it literally costs the same to jump out of the plane as it did to fly in a plane 20 hours to get to Dubai. Same price.
Like 1,500?
Like 800.
Okay. Jesus.
But like luckily, the flight there was cheap because of COVID. It was only $800 round trip.
Yeah. Oh, round trip. That's better.
Yeah.
God damn.
But same price to jump out as it was to get there.
Was there other people with you? Like, was it busy?
Yeah.
It was COVID, you know?
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, our plane was full.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
20-hour flight. God damn, just sitting in the chair.
Dude, it's rough.
Yeah.
Worth it, but it's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like one of my friends, Zach, who he needed to get back to Australia.
That's a fat one.
Bro, have you been to Australia or you just know
I would
about
love to, bro.
I want to travel there too.
Yeah.
Bro,
I think it's like one of the longest flights you can do, right?
Yeah, because you have to connect with a Singapore flight that only takes you down. So you travel to China and then travel to another place in China.
Jeez.
And then travel to Australia. And then that's even 4 hours, bro. It's 4 or 5 hours.
And if you unless you get the expensive flights, if you get the cheaper ones, you'll have crazy layovers and stuff.
Because it's just well, here's the next flight that lands. You know, there might be a flight that takes off 2 hours before you land, but you're not landed. So it's
exactly.
Oh my God.
And it's hard in different countries.
Yeah.
Luckily Dubai, it's very westernized and everything is in English.
Touristy, yeah.
Yeah, very touristy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that hard. But other countries where it's you can't read or understand anything, so tough.
That's what I love about those Yes Theory videos when they do it internationally.
Yeah.
Where they go to
you just gotta
Netherlands
figure it out.
and you just figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's what I would love to do. Those are the things that I kind of want to do where I'm, stuck in India.
Totally.
You know, just I don't speak.
What do I do?
Yeah, I don't speak the language.
Right.
What do I do?
Yeah.
It'd be insane. That's definitely what I want to do, and obviously continue to kind of do music and all that good good jazz because that's something that I feel like I'm decently talented at, but it's just you got to live and learn and do and
keep
grow.
putting it out.
Yeah,
same with YouTube content.
Yeah.
Have you did that one album when we did the podcast? Have you released anything else?
Yeah, I think I released the one video, the song RBF.
Right. Okay,
I did a song in an hour.
Right.
So I did that one.
Yeah.
And that's the only music that I've released since then, but I've made music along the timeline, but I just have it for something else. And I just haven't released a few of them.
For sure.
I'll probably release maybe a few singles, but
nice.
At least at this point, it's where do I release it at?
Exactly.
Because
What's
I don't want
most beneficial.
I don't want to put it on my podcast. I'd rather just be hey, here's it on Spotify.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's another thing that can hurt too is it's good that you started a separate channel for your podcast.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that we went wrong at is, so we did the reason we started our podcast was to get watch time so that we could get monetized quicker, which it worked. We got monetized in like, from starting YouTube, we got monetized in like 6 or 7 months. Yeah. It worked because, you know, it's an hour long. You get a lot of watch time.
Yeah, you get 300 people to watch it. Yeah, you're doing good.
But because of the algorithm, how a lot of it is based around watch time, it hurt us because not as many people, you know, would watch a full podcast as would watch a full 5-minute video.
Yeah, 5-10 minute video.
So it ended up hurting us.
Yeah, and that was like the thing. I remember we had that conversation when on my not my podcast because you're on my podcast.
Your episode on
the episode that I was on, episode 4, and it was just like, it works, but long term, it's like
not
now
necessarily
now these episodes are out, and it's like, well, I mean, is it good?
Yeah.
You know, like,
well, and I feel like it's one of those things too. Like I'll do this on other people that kind of do the same thing. I'll click on a video, like the thumbnail looks good, title looks good, and then you realize it's a podcast, and not like just a normal video. Yeah. And so you're like, oh, I don't want to. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. And I guess along the lines of that, you know, you've obviously produced a lot of videos, even starting back to the Domino's pizza guy where you flashed him. And then
that was like our second.
Yeah, I don't remember what your first. Oh, I know what your first one was. The hockey in downtown. Was it that one?
No, that was like our third or fourth.
Okay,
that one's the pizza one and the hockey one are still getting so many views.
Yeah. I love the hockey one.
They hit the algorithm.
Yeah, I like the hockey one where you just like bare knuckle brawl, and then people are like, "What is going on?"
That was a fun one.
Super
fun to make.
And so I guess my question now, you know, even though you haven't posted in a while, what was your favorite video to make?
Oh man, I would say probably either the hockey fight one, or the first Lloyd one. Well, it would be the first and second because it's 2-parter. Yeah. But I'd say those two.
Okay.
Because it's just like, I mean, the hockey one. I mean, I would love to do the off camera. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. On or off camera doesn't matter. You're just do it for fun.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the Lloyd one, it was just super cool to, you know, help him out, and it was just such a different experience than like anything. Yeah.
So I think it speaks really for itself, you know. Yeah. Just like the idea as a whole and how it came out. I think those are probably my favorite videos. I think the hockey one comes second to that.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
I think the third one, I mean, the podcast episode 4, the game show.
Both
the videos that
those are up there.
I think well, even you worked with like AirSoftFatty.
Yeah, you know,
like even got to film a video with him.
Yep.
And got to meet him. Like, you just met him? You just met him on the boulevard?
So what happened was we were in LA. We went there just to film.
Yeah.
And just our hope was to meet other creators. And so it was right when the election happened. Oh, and there was this big parade. Everybody was like celebrating and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of messing around at it.
Yeah, just poking jabs at it.
Yeah, just like
having fun.
Doing whatever. Yeah. So I didn't know who AirSoftFatty was, but one of the guys, he was with Brandon Buckingham.
The
long
guy?
hair.
Oh, okay.
No, that's Brooks.
I know who you're talking about now.
He was. Do you know Danny Mullen? He's.
I know that. I recognize the name.
Bigger channel, yeah. So they had been in his videos, and so I recognized him, and Dayton recognized AirSoftFatty, and he was like, just trust me, bro. This guy's a big deal. Like, we got to figure out something to do for content. Yeah. And I was like, well, what is his content? Like, what is he known for? He's like, oh, he does like lightsaber fights, and he that's like his viral video. They did like the what's that video they did on him? Oh,
it was like the viral video. Is that the one that you're talking about?
Yeah. It has like 20 million.
Yeah. He does it like in
they did like a documentary on him.
Yeah, like a parking lot, or not even parking lot, like a driveway.
Yeah. He falls and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, like, I think me and Dayton kind of came together with the idea we were skateboarding. Yeah. We were like, well, let's like use the skateboards as lightsabers. Yeah. And like just go challenge them to a fight. Yeah. And so that's what we did. And it went really well. I got all cut up.
But you didn't lose, right? You didn't lose.
I don't know. That's debatable.
So AirSoftFatty
maybe AirSoftFatty and the pool, actually.
He caught you like right square on like the eyebrow too.
It was weird too, because like I fell and I was kind of playing the part, acting. I was like, oh no.
Like,
And then
shit.
they're like, dude, you're bleeding. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. And then they're like, no, you're like really bleeding. It was good for like a thumbnail and stuff.
That was funny.
But yeah, so it worked out well because so it was AirSoftFatty, this girl who's like a professional slackliner, and she like is blowing up right now.
Dope.
She has I think she has like 1 million on Instagram now.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially you can make real content with that.
Yeah, and then Brandon Buckingham, he has like I don't know, like 50K or so.
Okay.
This guy Sir Spence, he's got 100K. Reckless Bin, he's got 100K.
Wow.
Brooks, he's an artist, and he does art for like FaZe Banks, for David Dobrik.
Yeah.
So it was cool. And Brooks, he wanted to film with us the next day. So
yeah,
we met
because
up
you
with
guys
him.
did like a little montage in like the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
What was the intent behind that? Like,
it was for Brooks's channel. He does like these art videos.
It's like almost like an anime.
Yeah, it's not really my style, but it was cool to connect with those guys. Yeah. And like, yeah, it's good connections to have in that. Because what I realized from that is that the YouTube world is so connected. Yeah. Because we went back, this other guy, Blake Rozier, we were with, he has like 20 or 30K.
Sure.
We went to his apartment after we filmed that. And do you know who Trevor Wallace is?
Yeah.
Do you know who Churdleys is? They film a lot together.
No.
Like Churdleys is in all of his videos. He's in all of Churdleys' videos.
I know who
they
Trevor
do
Wallace
skits.
is. Yeah.
He was there too.
Oh wow.
And so we were hanging out with him. He has like, I mean, Churdleys himself, he has like 5 million, maybe like 2 million actually on YouTube. And so it's like, literally while we were there, they were FaceTiming Jeff Wittick and going to do Jeff's barbershop with him.
Oh wow.
In a couple hours for AirSoftFatty. Wow. So it was just like this rush of like, we're in the scene.
Yeah, there's like a
level
tier.
up.
Yeah, like it felt. Yeah, that's because like you said, there's just no people, in our
around
niche here. And
yeah,
for me, LA is definitely not the place for me.
Yeah,
I don't like the vibe as a whole. I mean, granted, it probably great views in the surrounding areas, but definitely not for me
to live, unless if you're like really doing well with content.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I definitely want to. The one thing is, I like doing it myself. Mm-hmm. Like I want to make a name for myself. By myself. I don't want to be, in this case, like Jeff Wittick's best barbershop. Video.
You get views because you put David Dobrik in the title.
Yeah, I don't want to be known as the guy who blank. I want to be
David's best friend.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like my sister, she's in high school now. She just started her sophomore year.
Right.
And all she gets is like, "Oh, you're Jared's sister. You're Jared's sister."
Yeah.
Because I made a name for myself there,
which is tough. You feel bad.
Yeah. When she just like gets super duper annoyed because it's like, I'm just Caitlin. Like, this is what I do.
Yeah. I'm me.
Yeah, and like nobody came before me, because I'm the oldest. So she always kind of lives in somewhat of that past shadow. Mm-hmm. It's not really a shadow because I'm not there anymore, but like, I was like, "Oh, Hathaway, are you Jared's sister?"
They just pair the two.
Yeah, and it's just like, like I feel bad for her.
Yeah,
but she's making a name for herself out there, doing soccer and basketball.
Heck
so it's been exciting to see, but nonetheless, it's really cool just kind of how that's connected. I just started a program. I won't mention it on here, but I'll mention it in episode 14, but I'll tell you after.
Yeah. Sure.
Just for like creators and whatnot. And it's just been super duper awesome because you get to connect with people, and it really just that. It's like,
kind of help each other out, hold each other accountable.
That's
cool.
And so it's really, really cool. It's like very similar to leadership camp where like everyone's there to do leadership stuff, and we want to learn from each other.
Right.
Set our egos aside. I want to learn. Somebody who has 100 followers may do it better than somebody who has 70K. Yeah. But it's just all about learning. There's a few people. There's like a 70K. There's like a 50K. I've even seen one of the 70K. They're like 69K right now, and I'm like, oh, bro. I'm like, get no more followers. You're peaked right there, 69K.
Yeah,
and
dude, seriously.
And he I saw one of his recommended videos. Like, it was just on my page, and I watched it like a month and a half ago when it first came out because it just got recommended to me.
Right.
And I was like, oh, well, that's this guy?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know this guy.
I'm like, bro, okay, so insane.
That's cool.
And yeah, there's been people in there. This is the 3rd season of it, but I'm not going to share too much. You guys can look forward to that in episode 14 later on in the podcast. Not too long, like 20, 30 minutes in. But nonetheless, I got two questions for you. Okay.
Let's hear it.
Obviously, you're a little bit older than I am, but what do you think the biggest misconception is about our generation, or more or less our age, 18 to 24?
Misconception, like, of people looking at you that.
Yeah, like let's say like, there's 40-year-olds to me like, oh, they just sit on their phones.
Yeah. Man, that's a tough question. I've never thought about that. I would say, yeah, along the lines of like the phone thing. It's like they look at that as a bad thing.
Sure.
But really it can be like the most productive thing ever.
Yeah.
Along like with the YouTube stuff, it's like when you're filming and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this. It's like, oh, you're like wasting your life. Like, get a real job. You know what I mean? Just that it's typical.
Yeah.
But really, like, it's like, obviously not us because we haven't made it that far. But it's like I'm making more in a month than you make in a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely long term.
Yeah. So it's like they just, closed-minded.
Okay.
So
yeah. My next question, the final question of the podcast, is who is Shane Smith?
Oh man, that gave me goosebumps, man.
Who is Shane Smith?
I'm me, man. I like to have as much fun as I can. Always stay positive. I try to, follow God. I try to, be a good friend, be a good person, and just have fun, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, I've really been thinking a lot. Like, I feel like so many people are so money motivated or status motivated, and like I was kind of that way when we were blowing up. It's like man, like we're gonna be famous, like but this road trip that I went on really like grounded me, I feel like, and to now I'm just like really happiness motivated, I just want to do things that make me happy and just live life to the fullest.
That's awesome. Like I said, it is full send or no send type
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
And it's obviously been really awesome to see kind of that journey of how you started your YouTube channel and started a brand and a name for yourself, and it's been really cool to kind of see how there's so many interconnecting parts between not only us as people in Spokane, but what we do as a hobby or as our passion right now, making content, flying down to LA and connecting with people who are quote unquote at a bigger status, than you and I.
Right.
But it's just so grounding to kind of see how that works and the interconnecting parts with so many different things, your hockey teammates I went to high school with,
everything.
And, like, your co-host, the other half of Roommate TV was somebody that I met at a running camp, so it all leads back to the roots of who you are. And it's definitely been awesome to see that journey from, your very first beginnings to kind of helping out. And then that's your big blow up. And then the lows of me adding a person and then their army coming after you. But again, it's all about your intention, and all about why you started it.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing of why you're doing what you're doing, and never forgetting your roots,
Yep.
There's fake people left and right. And there's people that are going to try and do anything in their power to knock you down and to not see you succeed. But if you're aware of that as a whole, that idea that people are, you block it out. You understand that you're going to stay in your own lane. So for me, that's why I definitely like working by myself for the most part, and only doing things with people that I trust. So this is why I will never take criticism from anyone I wouldn't take advice from.
That's a good strategy.
That's exactly why.
Especially with what you're doing, man, because you have to be headstrong. You have to just keep pushing through it all.
Yeah, and it's there's a lot of noise. That's why I definitely like doing things on my own. Definitely like doing things in the most humblest way, my way. Because it's my vision. You understand that what I am putting out is mine. Yeah. It's my vision. It's my creative art. It's my visual art, my auditory art, whether that's YouTube videos or music.
Yeah. Well, it's good to realize that that works best for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's different for everybody. You have another half of you that's knows way more about the camera work.
Yeah.
You know a lot about that personality, and it's just, like I said, a symbiotic relationship. I just have one with myself.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Both are good. It's just realizing what works better for you.
Yeah. And so it's been really awesome to obviously sit down for the last hour and a half and just talk about the culture and society as a whole. So it's been really awesome to have you on. Nationers, please go to the link in the description. Go subscribe to Roommate TV. They're on the road to 10K, hopefully once they start posting again. Which should be soon.
Hopefully.
And beyond that, Nationers, thank you guys so much for watching, viewing, and subscribing. Remember to hit that subscribe button, like button. Thank you for watching and listening on any of the platforms that you watch or listen on. Beyond that, we'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace. Peace. It's episode 13 banner right there.